host Sam here. Blue is the color as always. And whenever you're in London, make sure that you're on the west side of London, and that's where you get everything that you want. We are the pensioners, and we make it happen. We don't have a drought. We never go for 5 years without a trophy, and that's what we do. Chelsea, we do what we want. Welcome to Chelsea, and I'm a Chelsea fan for life. Thank you so much. Hi guys, welcome back to Bella Football. We're back again with Chelsea stuff. Of course, as you've seen from that video, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I'm a Chelsea fan for life. This is what I do. I love football. I love talking about football, and today we are going to talk about Chelsea. We're going to discuss about Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Of course, it's going to be an away match. Chelsea will be playing Crystal Palace away at CHElSEA Park. It's going to be the first match that Graham Potter will be leading Chelsea, and so we'll be looking at how he's going to line up against Crystal Palace. Of course, it's a London derby. It's the first London derby that Graham Potter will be playing. So we look at that match. We also look at some of the players that are expected to come back from the injuries. Of course, we know that N'Golo Kante is back from the injury. We already know that. Also, we understand that some of the players that didn't play in the Champions League are going to be back. Of course, we know Kalidou Koulibaly didn't play in the Champions League. Wesley Fofana didn't get a chance in the Champions League. So there's so many players that would be expecting to start that match. Because it's a London derby. Chelsea have never lost a match against Crystal Palace ever since 2018. Something interesting is that Graham Potter has never won a match against Crystal Palace. So we will see what will happen. Of course, is it going to be on the manager's side or is it going to be on a club side? Of course, as you all know, the history is written and also the history is broken. So we're going to look at that match. We also look at some of the emerging stories that are coming up. Apparently, Chelsea are also interested in signing Jude Bellingham come January, rather maybe at the summer. Again, they are also interested in signing Christopher Nkunku from RB Leipzig. So guys, if you're here for the first time and you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel so that each and every time you're here, you will be the first one to know. Whenever we have a discussion here, you will be the first one to understand that we have a discussion here so that you can give us your comment, tell us what you think about everything that we'll be talking here. Here, we discuss about football. We discuss about the teams that we support. We discuss about Chelsea. We discuss about Manchester United. We also discuss about Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, and also to some extent Tottenham Hotspur. So these are the teams majorly we look at here in this channel. And also we also talk about La Liga. We talk about Real Madrid, Barcelona, Valencia, and some of the teams that we support in La Liga. And again, we also talk about Ligue 1. We talk about the likes of Mbappe. We talk about Lyon. We talk about PSG. Of course, we talk about all those teams in Italy. Of course, we know my favorite manager is always has always been and will always be Jose Mourinho. So I make sure that I have an eye on Italian Serie A. So that's where we also talk about Roma, talk about Juventus, we talk about Inter Milan. So every time you see us here, we have a specific topic that we talk about. So guys, of course, I'm the first one. I will be joined by my friends who will be coming later. So here, if you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing to the channel so that each and every time you're here, you will be the first one to know. Tell me what you think in the comment section below about Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, or rather Crystal Palace versus Chelsea, because we know that Chelsea will be away at CHElSEA Park. And this is going to be the first match that Graham Potter will be presiding over. Because he's an experienced manager in the Premier League. He's been there for like 3 seasons, and he's been coaching Brighton. And some of the results that he's been getting at Brighton have been good. The style of play, the way he plays, and the way he's been incorporating players, it's been amazing. So we want to see how he will incorporate players that we have at Chelsea. Of course, he has got a lot of talent at Chelsea. He has got the stars at Chelsea. Some of the players who have won so many staffs. Of course, we know the likes of Azpilicueta have been there for a long time. They've won staffs. The likes of N'Golo Kante have been there. They've won staff. The likes of Kovacic have been there. They've won some trophies, of course. So we will see how he's going to incorporate the stars and also probably the young players that we know that he's so good at bringing up young players. So we will be looking at all those things. And again, of course, we know that Chelsea has got a new management, and we've been seeing of how the new management has been sacking people. I mean, people from the previous regime, of course. Just recently, we had that a physio who has been there who has been in charge of medical for the last 25, I think 22 decades, has been sacked. So these are the things that we'll be discussing. We look at how these things are going to affect Chelsea, if really they're going to affect Chelsea. And again, we look at how everything has been changed at Chelsea. Everything has been changed at Chelsea. Is it going to be affecting the club? I mean, is it going to affect also the result? Because if everything changes without maybe if everything changes around the club, and the player gets new backroom staff, and everyone who they are working with becomes a new person, it becomes a challenge sometimes, because there is a norm that each and everyone is used to. I mean, the players used to maybe some of the backroom staff, some of the physios, and some of the cooks. I mean, people who take care of the kitchen and the chefs. So, you know, if everything changes, then it becomes a problem, and it is not easy to get used to new staffs. I mean, so we will discuss about all those things. And again, we have realized that nowadays Chelsea, it's been very difficult. It has, in fact, the last time that Chelsea won convincingly, I don't remember really when the last time that Chelsea won convincingly. In fact, the game that Chelsea played convincingly, it was a game against Tottenham Hotspur. Unfortunately, they didn't win. They got a draw. They almost won that match, but unfortunately, they didn't win. I mean, that is the only match this season I've seen Chelsea play convincingly. They dominated from the first to around 60 minutes, and then Tottenham changed something, as that's when maybe things went south. So we'll be looking at Chelsea. We look at the mentality of some of the players that we have at the moment, the likes of Kai Havertz. We've seen Kai Havertz play well in Germany. He's been scoring goals. He's been making good results. I mean, performances. So we look at that. Maybe Kai Havertz will carry the form that he's had in his international duty to Chelsea. We look at that. Of course, we know some of the players didn't leave for international duties. Of course, the likes of, I think, I'm not sure whether Aubameyang left Chelsea. And I think maybe during that time, the coach had time to at least work on something on some of the players that didn't leave for international duties, and some of the players that have not participated in international duties. Of course, even the young players, I'm very sure that the manager has had time to work with those young players, so that to at least incorporate them and at least integrate them with the kind of the philosophy that he wants to play. So guys, please make sure that you press the like button, and also if you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel, so that each and every time we are here, you will be the first one to know, and you will be the first one to give us a comment and tell us what you think in the comment section below. So guys, let's wait for my friends who are coming on. They will be telling us about what they think about the match, be telling us what they think about Chelsea at the moment. They will be telling us about the direction that they think Chelsea are taking, and the direction they think the club is taking, actually, because we have the new owners. There's new expectations. It seems that the owner has new plans on how he wants to develop the club. He really wants to follow the portfolio of Manchester City. So we will look at how that will affect Chelsea, of course. And as we know that Chelsea fans really love success. They don't like going to maybe 3 to 4 seasons without winning anything. I mean, it was only last season when Chelsea didn't. They got to 3 finals, but actually were they the 2 finals, but they didn't win anything. But Chelsea has been doing has really been doing very well in so many in the last maybe all those seasons that they've been in the Premier League from early 2000s. Now we're looking at Chelsea at the moment, the direction that they are taking, the project that they're starting, and how they're going to develop the talent that they have at the moment. Of course, we know the likes of Mount came from academy. Of course, Rhys James, who is a generational talent, also came from the academy. And again, we know the likes of Hudson-Odoi, who has left to Bayern Leverkusen, although there are plans that he might be recalled from Bayern Leverkusen on January. So we look at those players, if really they have a chance, the likes of Armando Broja, who was also in the academy. So these are the players that we'll be looking for. We'll be looking at whether they are going to flourish under this new management, under this new ownership, and see how the new ownership and the new management want to develop the talent, and how the plans that they have for the new talent. So guys, make sure that you be with us as we wait for our friends who are coming up. Tell us what you think. Give us a prediction. Give us a prediction about Chelsea against Crystal Palace. It is always a derby, a London derby, and every time we meet Crystal Palace, it is always a complex game. I mean, I remember when we had Lampard, actually, when we had Lampard at Chelsea, but in this fixture, I can tell you there is only one player who loves this fixture, and that is Christian Pulisic. I'm very sure Christian Pulisic will be loving to play against Crystal Palace, because every time he's met Crystal Palace, he scored. So we'll be looking at that. Or rather, we'll look at whether he'll get a chance to play against Crystal Palace. Of course, we know on the left-hand side, we have Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, who is also a good player. So I don't know whether the manager will give a chance to Christian Pulisic to at least prove himself, because this is a fixture that he loves playing. I mean, he loves playing against Crystal Palace. Every time he's met them, he scored, and he scored good goals. So we'll be looking at that. And again, as I was telling you, during the Lampard's time, we met Crystal Palace at one time, and we were leading 3-1. And it took some tackles from, late tackles actually, from Zuma to rescue the 3 points from Crystal Palace, I mean, from Selhurst Park. So it is always a very tough match. It is always a match that you can't call off until the last minute. So it's a match that we'll be looking at. It's a match that we'll be looking forward to, because of course, the new manager that we have at the moment, we've not seen him preside a match in the Premier League. Of course, we saw him preside a match in the Champions League, but the results were not as we expected. We expected to collect the 3 points from Salzburg, and we were playing at home, because it was a must that we get the 3 points. Unfortunately, we did not get the 3 points. Again, we give him the benefit of doubt. Maybe he was a bit nervous that he was leading Chelsea the first time in the Champions League, the first game of the season. And again, the first game of the season at Chelsea, and it was a Champions League match. That might have caused some nerves for the manager. I mean, he's never coached a Champions League match, I mean, a Champions League game. So maybe we might give him some benefit of doubt. Now, in the English Premier League, he has experience. He's coached Brighton. He has been able to face all the opponents that are still there in the Premier League, apart from a few who were relegated last season. So we will be expecting to understand the football. I mean, he understands how the Premier League works. He understands how some of the teams play. He understands he's played against Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, when he was at Brighton, he's never won against Crystal Palace. I mean, that is another statistic that we'll be looking at. But apart from that, he's got talent. He's got the likes of Mount. So for me, I think I'm looking forward to see the kind of formation that he will be deploying to this team. Of course, last time he deployed a back three, of course, with Aspilicueta being the right centre back, Thiago Silva being at the central, and also Cucurella was at the left centre back position. Sterling was like the left wing back, but he had a very free role on that left hand side. And again, on the right hand side, we had Mount and Kai Havertz. No, Aubameyang was on. I think no. I'm missing something. I think Kai Havertz was on the right, and then Aubameyang was up front, and Sterling was also there. Mount was still also there. I think Mount was also there. Then in the midfield we had Jorginho and Kovacic. So I think we'll be looking at how he will juggle with the system and see whether it's going to work this time round. Because last time I saw there are some things, especially off possession, we were so much exposed. So look at how compact the team will be this time, and look at how they are going to apply what the manager has taught them through, probably before the international break and after the international break. Of course, they've had some chance to train and grasp grasp what the manager wants. So these are the things that we'll be discussing. We'll be looking at them, and again, with the kind of the squad that Graham Potter has and the kind of the talent that he has, I'll expect him to continue, or I expect him to bring in new ideas, especially on the system. I mean, especially on the system. I would like to see him change the system. I like to see him change a system probably to a back four so that he can be able to accommodate some of the attackers. Some of the attackers, the likes of Ziyech, because Ziyech has proved to be very good, especially on the system that has a back four. So I'll be expecting to see him change the system, and so that he can incorporate some of the attackers that we have. And again, maybe to incorporate the likes of Pulisic, who are natural wingers, and they find it hard playing on a system that limits them to defend more or to be wing backs. See, sometimes it becomes difficult for the likes of someone like Christian Pulisic to be told to defend. I mean, to defend on the left, so it becomes difficult for him. I remember when we had Tuchel at Chelsea. It was him who was sometimes given a chance to defend on the left hand side to become a wing back, and again also. But every time when we switch to a back four, you could find some of these natural wing backs. I mean, natural wingers playing very well. The likes of Ziyech, the likes of Pulisic, and then when we had Dodoi on the left hand side, they used to play very well. So because he has got a lot of talents, especially he has got so many players that play on the wide side of the pitch. So I think for me, I am expecting some change. I'm expecting them to change on how him with his backroom staff. I'll be expecting them to change on how this team plays. So, guys, if you're here for the first time, tell us what you think about Chelsea versus Crystal Palace and some of the expectations that you have for that match, actually, because it's going to be a match that is going to be played. It's going to be a first match that Graham Potter will be presiding, and he will be on the dugout. So, guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Let's wait for my guests who are coming. I'm sure they're coming. They'll be dissecting. We'll be dissecting on that. I mean, telling us what they think about Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. And some of the games this October time, we'll be looking at that. Of course, Chelsea has got a very huge mountain to climb with the new managers. With the new managers and the backroom staff that they have, we be expecting them to perform very well and get the results. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. I'm waiting for your comments. I'm actually waiting for your comments so that you can tell me what you think about Chelsea. Tell me what you think about Chelsea in the comment section below. Give me a prediction on that match. Again, in this week, we have so many derbies, actually. We have so many derbies. We have North London derby, we have Manchester City versus Man United. That's going to be a Manchester derby. We also have, those are of course, we have Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. It's going to be a London derby. And we look at that. I mean, so let me be looking at that match as we see. So, of course, I expect Chelsea. We know that Mendy is back. Kante is back. And Kante is back. Mendy is back. Then Who else is back? Of course, those are the important players that we'll be expecting to see next on Saturday. On Saturday, we'll be expecting to see them play against Crystal Palace. So on goal, I expect Mendy to play, and for me, I think I expect to see Mendy on goal, and I expect the manager to change the system. I mean, I really want to see a back four. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dennis. Join now, please, so that we can discuss about Chelsea. I want to see a back four. So this lineup that I'm going to give is just going to be based on the back four, changing the system. Actually, I just want to see a new system. I just want to see a new system. So for me, I'll go with Mendy on goal. I'll go with, I think I'll go with CHElSEA on the left back. Even though Cucurella has been doing good, has been doing well, but I'll go with CHElSEA on the left hand side because he's not even played ever since. He's not gotten so many minutes since we played against West Ham. I think we played against West Ham and he scored. So I think I'll give him a chance against Crystal Palace. That is Mendy on goal. On the left back, I'll go with CHElSEA. And then the central defenders, because we know that Silva was on international duties and is a bit tired because he's left there late. He'll be fatigued. He needs some rest. So I think I'll go with Koulibaly and Fofana, the two defenders. I'll not give a chance to Silva. I'll leave him rest a bit because he is a very important player that we need going forward. He's one of the experienced players we have around. So I'll not give him a chance at this game. I'll keep him to rest if I was the manager. Then on the right, I'll give a chance to James. James, that means James will be on the right, the right back. Then on the midfield, I'll go with who? I'll go with Kante, but I won't give a chance to Kante at the moment because I know Kante. I think Kante, we have to preserve him a bit so that at least he can recover well from the injury that he's gone through. Welcome, welcome, Dennis.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're talking Chelsea right now.
Oh, you finishing with the Potter?
I know, we can still talk about Potter, of course. Definitely everything about Chelsea, we talk about it.
You know, you gave me one topic.
Oh, I gave you one topic.
And you gave me only Potter.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll discuss Potter first, then that will be enough for today.
That will be enough for today.
For me, because that's what I'm prepared for.
Okay. Let's continue then. Tell me what you think about Potter. Graham Potter now is our new manager at Chelsea. For this is going to be the first match he will be presiding. First Premier League match. Of course, the first match was in Champions League. He played against Salzburg. He didn't get the result that we wanted. He got a draw, but some positive we saw, even though a bit, especially off possession, we were not very good. So what do we expect from Chelsea against Crystal Palace? There are statistics we have that there's some statistics we have that Graham Potter has never won a match against Crystal Palace, and Chelsea has never lost a match at Crystal Palace since 2018. What do you expect from Potter as a manager?
First and foremost, you know, I see you saying that the Potter did not get the results he wanted against Salzburg.
Yeah.
Potter is on record playing most of his home games or first games drawing even in his career at Brighton. Okay. He drew against West Ham United 1-1. That is the same story.
That was his first match in English Premier League.
Yeah. Okay. At Brighton. Yeah. Okay. So don't be shocked. His first UCL game being a draw 1-1. Don't be shocked. He
Yeah.
tried his best. Remember,
Yeah.
Porter only has experience in managing Europa League playoffs. There's no
Okay.
history in Champions League games. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
only known after first and foremost. He's from England. His
Yeah.
nationality is England. And then I think he's around. Is it for 7 years right now?
Yeah.
He's
He's there
47.
about there. Yeah, exactly.
47. I think as a player, he played as a left back
Yeah.
in his entire career. And then he appeared for England national team only once for the under
Yeah.
21, and he
Okay.
played against Moldova once only.
Yeah.
So in his career playing for the teams, he did not
Yeah.
play for the big teams. He only played for teams like Wycombe, Birmingham City, Stoke City,
Yeah.
Northampton, Reading. I
Yeah.
think that, no, Reading, yeah. So he's not that way good as you might be expecting him to be. He is still
Mm.
growing currently, but he's not. He is better than Tuchel in terms of
Ah.
playing in his career. Yeah, in terms of playing football,
Oh, in terms of
Tuchel,
playing football, he played a little bit higher than Tuchel, eh?
yeah, Tuchel got injured very early, so
Yeah,
he did
got
not
injured very
play
well.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
so Potter as a player, he knows
Yeah.
much as a
Yeah.
player better
Yeah.
than Tuchel and Mourinho, if I might
Yeah.
say so. But he's
Okay.
not a bad coach
Yeah.
because in his coaching career,
Yeah.
I think that is 2011, 2018. That's when he
Mhm.
started coaching. He started in Sweden. He
Yeah.
coached the Austrians, and
Yeah.
he coached three promotions there, won
Yeah.
some cup there, and then qualified for the Europa League playoffs, where
Yeah.
he faced Galatasaray, Athletic Bilbao, and even
Yeah.
Arsenal. He
Yeah.
did beat Arsenal at Emirates 2-1, although he lost aggregate 4-2. And
Okay.
he finished second to Athletic Bilbao. But
Yeah.
remember, he smashed Galatasaray 2-1 or 3-1. Galatasaray. He
Yeah.
also drew with Cork 3-3, and he qualified or went to the next stage because of their away goals. So
Yeah.
don't ignore him. He has
He's
got
a
some
good.
good. Yeah, he knows
Yeah.
football very well. And then if you look at the Austrians where he
Yeah.
played the same formation. He played 3-5-2,
Yeah. Three
three
five two.
five two, and that is the
Yeah.
system that Chelsea has been playing recently with Tuchel. 3-5-2, and 3-5-2. You are using wing backs at most.
Exactly.
Chelsea has been using wing backs, so I expect you to
Yeah.
praise him regardless of his little knowledge,
Yeah.
as much as you are expecting. If you had someone like
Yeah.
Lampard coming from championship team and he managed to coach Chelsea,
Yeah.
Potter will still make it. You people should be comfortable first. Give him time
Okay.
because
We
of
have to. But you see, let me tell you one thing. One thing we should also be ready about, because he's been given a very big contract, 6 years contract. So probably with that we have to be a bit careful, because we even saw Nunes. I think anaitwa nani ule jamaa anaitwa
Spirit Nunes
eh,
Espirito Santos.
Santo. He was doing very well at Wolves. Unfortunately, he left that project. He went to Spurs. Everybody was talking about how good he was. He went to Spurs, a big step up, a good club. I mean, a club that has ambition to win titles, to win, probably to win, to get into top four. And it was a big ask for him. I mean, he didn't perform as people expected him to perform. So, of course, it's going to be something else. I mean, it's going to be a big ask for him, especially being at Chelsea, a team that fans will always push you for success. So I don't know whether he'll be able to handle such kind of a pressure. I don't know whether that's he'll make it. I'm not sure about that. So we'll see what will happen. So Kenan is saying that Palace is winning. I don't know whether
Relax,
that's true. He has
relax
to
first.
relax. Yeah.
This is a derby.
So
This is a
what do you have
derby.
to say about that?
I have not analyzed that game first. I cannot
No,
talk about it.
no. Leave the comment. I'm talking about him going for a big step up. Of course, if you've gone for a big step up, Chelsea is a big step. He's not. He's going to be a big ask for him. I mean, he's never been to that position before, where you expected to
First,
win each and every match.
first,
Yeah.
I've seen you saying that Nuno Espirito Santos had a big task at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Nuno was a coach in Spain at Villarreal, and he performed very well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. So
I
Spurs
know,
should
but
have given him time.
you see, let me tell you. You see,
Yes.
the expectations at Villarreal are different from the expectation at Spurs, because Spurs they brought him in so that he can be able to give them the trophies. Because before they had Mourinho who they expected they expected him they expected that Mourinho was going to give them titles because Mourinho is a winner. And now they brought in Nuno, who they expected will push them over the line, something that did not happen.
Expectations are always too high.
Yeah.
Spurs has only
Yeah.
had that Pochettino as a successful coach. Only
Yes.
Pochettino,
The
not
final of
any
the
other
champions.
coach. Yeah, because of that.
Yeah.
Pochettino was from Southampton. So
Yeah, exactly.
teams or managers or owners of clubs should avoid over expectations first. That's the
Yeah.
same thing I'm telling you right now. As a Chelsea fan, you are having American ownership. Americans deal with business first. Business first. Titles come next. You should prepare as fans.
You
You
should be
will make
prepared.
you will make a lot of noise, but you won't
Yeah.
change anything. You see,
Yeah.
you remember when already he wanted Cristiano,
Yeah.
the coach refused. Then the coach is no more. Cristiano is a
Exactly.
brand. So
Yeah.
the way you expect Potter to perform, that's what I was giving you his history. When you look at where he has come from, he's a performer, but he is not a big team coach.
But what
As
does he
it is,
want? He's a performer. What
as
does he want?
wait,
How do you
wait,
measure his success?
wait.
How do you
As
measure his
it,
success?
I've told you, wait. As it is
Yes.
on paper,
Yeah.
you have to wait. If you gave Lambert a job, Lambert performed to his best, with having won nothing. I've told you, Potter has been in Sweden and he won a cup there. He qualified for playoffs in Europa League. That shows his ability as a coach. I've told you,
Yeah.
if you want to look at cups first, trophies first, then
Yeah.
you will be looking at a career of a coach where he started from. Maybe it is his time to start waking up at Chelsea. It is possible. So it's good. Don't compare ourselves to likes of Manchester City right now, Manchester United. You should be looking at Arsenal. Arteta had won nothing. Right now, he has got the Community Shield. He also has FA. Right?
You
So
see, let me cut you short a bit. Let me cut you short a bit. You see, when you talk about, do you believe that Lampard was successful at Chelsea? And
he was
again,
not.
he wasn't. He wasn't. And again, the other
Yeah.
thing is this: do you think that you said that that Mikel had not won anything, and he came at Arsenal and won up? I think he won up an FA, right, against
And,
Chelsea in the final.
and
But you
Shield.
see, yeah, exactly, and a community shield. But you see, Arteta was at Manchester City, where they were used to winning the Premier League, and he knew how to win that because he was in the backroom staff of Pep Guardiola. So he was used to winning something. In fact, the momentum that he had from Manchester City, I think, is the one that propelled Arsenal to go and win an FA Cup. And again, with Lampard, for me, I don't think he was that successful at Chelsea because When he was given a chance to sign his players so that he can now manifest the philosophy that he has, he failed. He got Chelsea, a team that had already been prepared by I think was it Sarri? Yeah, Sarri. Sarri had prepared a very good team, something that most of the people don't give credit to. Because I remember Sarri went on and won a Europe, I think a Europa League. He won a Europa League with the likes of Hazard. Then Pedro was there, Willian was there. You see, some of these players were very good. You see, so I don't think it's because of Lampard. It's because the likes of Giroud, the likes of who else was there? Giroud was there. Abraham came in, of course, new talent. James came in as a new talent. So I don't think it's because of Lampard's brilliance. That's why we performed very well, because Lampard has been given a chance at Everton. He hasn't done anything. So with Lampard, I think he's not that good. He's not good enough. For me, that's what I can say.
I've told you that.
Yeah.
You as a fan, like other fans, expect too much. That's the problem.
But that is Chelsea. I mean, those are the standards we have as Chelsea fans, because that's what we've been going through. I mean, that is what we were used to.
Even if that is the case, get my point first.
Okay.
Team started from scratch.
Yeah.
Manchester City was winning nothing in 2008. Remember? Yeah. Just recently they have started to win. The same thing should happen to coaches. Give time to Potter and see what he can do. Lampard was not given time. He was only at Chelsea for 1 season.
No,
without signing. Wait. The first season he did not sign. He made a team and finished position 4. The second season, that's when he signed the players, right?
Exactly. You see, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Of course, even during that time when Lampard finished 4th, I think it's because of Manchester United was a bit poor, and some of the teams around Chelsea were not doing very well. Man United was not doing very well until the last day when they got a result against. I think it was against who? It was against Leicester. That's when they did well. Then they finished third. Then Chelsea finished 4th. So it is because of some of the teams around Chelsea at that time were not doing very well. That's why we finished 4th. You see, and again, the other thing is,
no matter how you say that your opponents were poor, that is the position he finished. That is his achievement. If you complain that he is not performing at Everton is poor. Everton is not working. If Ancelotti failed at Everton, will Lampard make it?
But Ancelotti did not feel as the same way Lampard is failing.
Wait, did Ancelotti succeed?
But the expectation of Ancelotti was to go and win, maybe get to top 4. Now the expectation of Lampard, I mean, there are different goals. With Lampard, he's fighting relegation. With Ancelotti, the expectation was to finish in the top 4. So there are two different goals at the moment, you see. Lampard is sinking them, he's trying to save them from sinking, and then Ancelotti was trying to get them to the top. So with Lampard, again, I mean, there's nothing that they've done.
I've told you that every coach has a target, has an achievement in every team.
Yeah.
So you should accept that first.
Yeah.
You will not be saying that Lampard is fighting relegation and Ancelotti was fighting to finish top 4. They both have targets. The same way Potter has a target at Chelsea. He might not win EPL, but he will aim to finish top 4. That is his achievement. That is his success at Chelsea. That is his record. That's why I told you, Potter has faced Athletic Bilbao, has faced Arsenal, has faced Galatasaray in Europa League, not in Champions League. So when you complain about him not winning, it is his career. He is still young. You don't expect him to have won a trophy as a coach when he is still 47. It's not possible.
Okay, let me read these comments. Kanan says Chelsea have never been a situation where they are forced to give a coach time or to trust the process. It's either you win or go.
That is
What do you have
true.
to say about that?
That
Yeah,
is true. But
exactly. Yeah,
Under Roman ownership,
yeah,
this is a
of course.
different ownership system.
Yeah, exactly,
It, it is a fact, yes, but in the past.
exactly.
Currently, it
Yeah,
is Burnley with
yeah,
other guys. It's not one person owning the club.
yeah,
Decision making will not be by person, it will be by
yeah,
a group of people. So no matter what someone says, you should
yeah,
remember
yeah,
Chelsea is under a different ownership.
exactly.
That's why I was telling you that you first have to relax as fans. If you
Yeah,
put pressure on the team or on the coach will be sacked. You want another coach, he will come. He might not perform. Right now, Chelsea is not acting well because Gandhi is not playing. Chelsea without Gandhi is not Chelsea. You know that. For the last 2 seasons, it has been like that. So you cannot run away from that. Are we together? So
exactly. And at least even the his second comment backs what you said. He said maybe the new owners have different ideas on how they might give Potter time. Let's wait and see whether they have a new idea or they have new ideas on how they want to build up a project. But one thing I've always asked myself, you see, with Manchester City, ever since they got the money, ever since they got money, they've never left the top flight. I mean, they've always been there. They've always been in that top four position. But for Chelsea, they've always changed the project. Every time they bring up a new manager, they change the project. We start all over again. We started with Sari. We didn't give him time. We started another project under Lampard. We sacked
even
Lampard.
Boaz,
Project under Tuchel. We've sacked Tuchel. Now we're starting another project under who? Under Potter. We seem to be going so
listen,
many transitions. We don't have stability.
listen,
Is it the right
listen.
thing? Yes.
Chelsea has projects
Yeah.
short term, be it short term, but they get the Champions League. Manchester City with the money they have they ever found one? Never.
They've gotten close to
And
getting.
they were close. Spurs were
Yeah.
even close. PSG was
Exactly.
close. It
Yeah.
remains they didn't get it. They did not get it until when you hold it. That's when you will say, I've got it. So when you say about Chelsea not trusting the process, it was for the system under Roman. You don't
Mhm.
perform, you go. I've given you money. You don't perform, you go. We don't know how Burnley will operate. So we have to wait. We have to wait.
Have you
Seriously.
heard
That's
how
why I
he's
was saying,
sacking everyone at Chelsea?
oh, what?
Bowley has been sacking everyone at Chelsea. He sacked, I think he's let go of our physio who has been there for 20 years. He's let go of, I think, our marketing director who was just employed 1 month ago. He's let go of
In,
everybody at Chelsea at the moment,
in,
even the medical department. He's let go of everybody at Chelsea. He's sacking
in
everyone.
Kenya,
Yes.
currently,
Yeah.
Ruto is sacking everyone in government. Do you
Yeah.
know that?
I know.
It is a new regime.
Yeah.
Don't expect him to entertain anyone who is a friend to the former regime. So
Yeah.
accept that it is a new regime and changes will come. Don't
Exactly.
be shocked if you see players like Mount, Kante,
Yeah.
Jorginho, Thiago leaving. Even Chilwell can leave. They can
Exactly.
leave, and new players like Kukurela,
Yeah.
Koulibaly will be given a chance so
Yeah.
that he can build his own empire, his own
Yeah.
name, not using other players.
Mhm.
So as a fan, you to prepare first. That's why I was telling you, even if
Yeah.
Chelsea sack Tuchel, look at the system that or formation Tuchel was playing and link it
Yeah.
to Potter. Potter at Brighton has been using 3-3-5-1-1, sometimes
Yeah.
3-5-2. The same
Yeah.
formation Chelsea was using. So the two coaches can work under the same philosophy.
Yeah.
You attack as you defend at the same time. That's why you praise James over Trent. You attack as you defend from where you are.
At the same time.
Yeah, when you lose the ball, you have to defend very
Exactly.
fast. And you can see Chelsea after they lose the ball, they transist very fast and come to defend their goalposts.
Yeah.
They fight back. Unlike you can see Manchester United in the past or Manchester City, they don't track back fast as other teams. And from even the era of Mourinho, Chelsea was doing the same. Chelsea plays more defensively. They aim to concede less. So, as a fan, or as a pundit, or as even an aspiring coach, first consider the formation. After the formation, ask yourself, will he be given time? Just like Manchester United, Ten Hag still needs time. The club has to transition. Transition is needed, but only if fans and the management will pick up. Otherwise, my friend, you will blame Potter for nothing. What you are telling me that he has not won, those are trolls. Even Pep Guardiola being a winner at Manchester City, he has got no Champions League. So you can tell him saying he's been winning FA, winning Carabao, winning EPL, but no Champions League. You compare him to Tuchel. Come again?
He's won everything in Premier League, in English Premier League. In fact, at some point, he won everything. He won every domestic treble in one season. I mean, he washed everybody in the Premier League. So I think he's done well in the Premier League. Unfortunately, of course, in Champions League, it's all about the small details that matter. So I think this time he's got Haaland in his place. I think he'll do wonders and win the Champions League this time.
I told you.
Yeah.
Give Pep 2 years. If he can't win Champions League, he will resign. He will resign and will join PSG.
Yeah.
That is his target.
This is the longest time he's stayed in one club. He's never been in a club for more than 4 years. I think 3 years. He's always been in projects in 3 or 4 years, and then he leaves. This is the longest he's stayed in a club.
His aim is to win Champions League. If he did not win Champions League, remember, every Champions League he lost against Chelsea. Chelsea has been winning against Guardiola.
Yeah.
Only against Chelsea. While at Bayern Munich, while at Manchester City. So where will he meet Champions League final? So I don't know if we are together.
You're together.
Give me a
Let's
minute.
continue. Yeah.
Give me a minute. I want to call you back. I want to join back. Let me take this call first.
Okay, thank you, brother. Guys, let's continue talking about that. What do you expect from Graham Potter, a manager that has joined Chelsea recently? Of course, it's the first manager. The first game that he'll be presiding over will be against Crystal Palace. That's going to be a London derby. And from the statistic that we have, he's never won against Crystal Palace ever since he's joined the Premier League. And again, Chelsea have never lost a match against Crystal Palace. And the last time they lost against Crystal Palace was in 2018. So we'll be looking at that. Of course, there's contradicting statistic on the manager and the club, and how the club has been playing against Crystal Palace, and how the manager has been playing against Crystal Palace. So we will be looking at that. And again, we will also talk about some of the players that are at Chelsea. Of course, before Dennis came in, I was giving you the lineup. For me, I expect the manager to change the lineup. I expect the manager to change the lineup that played against. I expect the manager to change the lineup that was playing against Salzburg, because that lineup. I expect the manager to change the lineup that played against Salzburg, because that lineup I was not happy with it. It was not balanced. We didn't have more than two central defenders. The only central defender we had was only Thiago Silva. Then we had more of the right backs and the left back in the pitch. So I'll be expecting him to change the lineup and give a chance to more central defenders in the team. If he's going to change change the system, I'd rather him go with a back four. Of course, give a chance to more of the attacking players, the likes of Ziyech, the likes of Pulisic, so that they can also express themselves under new management. Of course, we know Pulisic has a good record against Crystal Palace. The last time most of the time he's played against Crystal Palace, he scored good goals. So we'll be expecting to see him play. So I'll be reading a comment here from Kenan. He's saying that who will be losing? They will be losing now. Who will be losing? Tell me what you think. Who is that? Who will be losing against who? Tell me what you think about that. I've not gotten your comment correctly, but you can also go ahead and tell me what you mean by that statement. So as I was saying, I would want to see the manager incorporate more attacking players, the likes of Pulisic, the likes of Ziyech. I'm sure most of the young players didn't go for international duties. So I'm very sure that the manager has worked with some of the players at the training ground, and some of the players who are young, especially Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Conor Gallagher, and maybe Trevor Chalobah, and others have grasped on how the manager wants them to play. So we look at that and understand how the manager will be playing that match. So I expect the midfield to be, probably we give a rest to Jorginho. And for me this time, I think we should give a chance to Zakaria to express himself, because I don't think he's been on international duty. So I'll be expecting him to be given a chance, to play as a DM. And also I'll be expecting to see, I'm not sure whether Kante will play, and I wouldn't even recommend him to play. And then probably he'll come in at some minutes, maybe at 75 minutes, so that he can at least have a cameo and maybe do something for the team. I'll give a chance to Zakaria to play as a DM, and also give Kovacic a chance to play as an 8. Probably Ruben Loftus-Cheek to also to play on an advanced role. I'm not sure whether he'll use Havertz, but because of the form that he's had in the international break or international duties, I'll give him a chance as a false 9, because Aubameyang has not been firing. Broya, of course, he's a good player, but we have to give him time so that he can be able to adapt to how the manager wants him to play. So I'll go with a midfield 3 of Zakaria, Kovacic, and who else? Loftus-Cheek. Then on the left-hand side, I'll give a chance to Raheem Sterling. He's not been doing well, of course, in this international duty. I've not seen him doing well. He's been misfiring. Then on the right-hand side, this time I think I'll give a chance to Ziyech. I think Ziyech has something. He has something. I saw him play in Morocco, and I think he's now sharp. I'll give him a chance. Then up front, I'll give a chance to Kai Havertz, because I'm very sure that the form that he's had at international break, probably that will be carried forward, will be carried to Chelsea, and maybe he'll score some goals. So let me read the comment from Kenan. This is what he's saying. First, he said that Chelsea will be losing, but I'm not sure about that. And then he continues saying, but it'll be a good game to gauge where you guys are, because Palace is a good drilled side until it's going to be a good test. Of course, it's going to be a good test. We know Vieira is a good manager. He has transformed this team to play well. So we look at that and how some of the players to expect who are going to cause trouble at Chelsea. Of course, the likes of Ayew, Zaha on the left, Mateta, Edouard, and also maybe at the defense, they have good players, the likes of Mark Guehi. And then who else is good? In the midfield, I think they got Yeah, they got good players. They got good players in their team, so we'll be expecting quite some challenge from that team. Of course, it's going to be a London derby, and we look at that. Look at that how they will play and the kind of the formation that they will also deploy. They have a good manager who understands to play, who understands how to play against teams. We've seen him play against Manchester City, the kind of trouble he causes against Manchester City, the kind of trouble he's caused against Liverpool, the kind of trouble he's caused against Arsenal. But of course, at Arsenal, unfortunately, they lost. At Liverpool, again, at Liverpool, they got a draw. I think they got a draw against Liverpool. At uh, at Manchester City, they almost got some points, but unfortunately, Hazard came up and made the difference. So Palace is a good team. It's a good team, and we should be worried about Palace, which is a London derby. So for me, I expect to see Pulisic coming on some maybe at 65 minutes to replace someone like probably Ziyech, so that maybe Sterling can be deployed on the right and Pulisic to come on the left, because we know Pulisic is a good player and he has good numbers against Crystal Palace. So that is what I'll be expecting. And some of the changes probably at some point I'll be expecting Kante to come in for someone like Ruben Loftus-Cheek for me because of the lineup that I've given, and probably Gallagher to come in to play against his former side on probably on that side where Kovacic will be given a chance to start. So those are some of the things that I expect from Chelsea, and probably we'll get a chance. My prediction, I think, will be 2-0. I expect Chelsea to get a clean sheet right now because it's been long ever since we got a clean sheet in English Premier League. Last time we played against West Ham, we fortunately got the 3 points. We were not supposed to get the 3 points because the goal that West Ham scored could have stood. It was a mistake from the referee, which we agreed, and we know that we didn't play well. But again, that is the match that we saw Kai Havertz coming in and scoring a very good goal. He's carried the form in his international duty, so I expect him to start on Saturday to be given a chance to play and to see whether he'll score. I am not sure of Aubameyang. If he get a chance, I'm sure he'll try and score that match. He also has a good record against Crystal Palace. So, guys, tell me what you think in the comment section below. Tell me the prediction that you have. Tell me the expectation that you have for Graham Potter and how he's been playing against Crystal Palace. Apparently, he has no good record against Crystal Palace. Chelsea have a good record against Crystal Palace. They've never lost a match ever since 2018. So, it's a contradicting statistic that the team has a good record against Crystal Palace, and the manager who is coaching them at the moment has no good record against them. So we'll see who will win. We'll see who will carry the day. Tell me in the comment section below. And if you're here for the first time and you've not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel so that each and every time I'm here and we are here with the crew, you will be the first one to get the information that we are here to. So you will be the first one to know that we are here, so that we can have a good discussion. Thank you so much, Kenan. Your prediction is Chelsea will lose to Crystal Palace 3-1. That will not happen. I don't think that will happen. For me, I think Chelsea are now ready. They're now ready. They've got time. They've trained well. Of course, they've had the last time Chelsea played a Premier League match, same as United, it was September 4th. So I think now they are ready. The condition is good. Some of the players, most of the players that I expect to start have not had serious matches. The likes of CHElSEA haven't played in international duties. The likes of Mendy have not had a match in international duties. Of course, Thiago Silva won't play because he's been out there in Brazil. And for me, I won't give him a chance. I'll give a chance to the likes of Koulibaly and Fofana to play at the back because Thiago will be a bit fatigued. So for me, I think Chelsea are in a good condition right now. But there are always surprises at these London derbies, and especially with a new manager, not had him play in a Premier League match, so we'll wait and see what will happen. So, guys, tell me what you think about that London derby. Give me your prediction, as Kenan has given me his prediction. Tell me what you think. Let's continue that way, my friends. Let's continue that way. Yeah, guys, I'm back. I'm waiting for Kenan to come in and tell me the prediction. He's been telling me the prediction from his comment, from the comments. So, Kenan, I'm waiting for you so that you can tell me what you expect from Graham Potter. And also, Dennis, you said you come back. So I'm waiting for you guys so that you can finish. I'm waiting for you guys so that you can finish. Guys, tell me what you think about Chelsea. Tell me what you think about Chelsea. And also give me the prediction of some of the games that should be played this weekend. Because there are several matches. Manchester City against Manchester United. Apparently, some of the fans from Manchester United have been started speculating that they are going to win that match. And they have so many injuries. Manchester United has so many injuries at the moment. We don't know what will happen to them. But I'm sure they're ready for that match. And they're ready for the humiliation. They're ready for that humiliation. And apparently, most of Manchester United, when they lose matches, they always hide. This time around, we'll look for them. They won't hide from us. If they lose against Manchester City, we look for them because they've told us they're going to break that record, unbeaten record against Manchester City. So that's what we're waiting for. In fact, we don't want a team to go unbeaten all season. So we expect Manchester United to do that for us, to beat Manchester City for everybody. They should do that. And also, we expect Arsenal to break that record, to break Tottenham record. So these are the teams that we'll be looking for. Looking at this weekend, we look at how they're going to play in those matches. So Manchester United fans, don't hide. If you are beaten this weekend, make sure that you are around and explain to us why you are beaten. And if you are going to be beaten really, and Arsenal fans, if you're going to lose to Spurs, that North London derby, make sure that you're here telling us how you lost and why you lost, because we expect you guys to win. Manchester United and Arsenal, you must win your next matches. You must win against Manchester City. You as a Man United, you also must win against Spurs as an Arsenal fan. Make sure that the expectations that we have for you, you will make sure that you come here and tell us why you've lost if you're going to lose really. So make sure that you don't hide, because according to the way I've been seeing, you guys have started hiding. You don't want to come out and tell us what you think about those games. Come out and tell us what you think about those games. Give us a prediction. Kenan, I want your prediction. Of course, you've talked about Chelsea losing. You should go ahead and tell me the expectation you have for United against Manchester City. Give me the scores. Give me the scores. Be bold. Be bold enough and give me the scores against City. Yes. Arsenal fans, be bold and give me the prediction against Spurs. You have a chance to make sure that you break the unbeaten record that these two teams have. Manchester City have unbeaten record this season. Spurs have unbeaten record this season. So we expect Manchester United and Arsenal fans to break the record that these teams have. Traditionally, Arsenal are the only team that has ever gone for a whole season without losing a single match. So we expect them to break a record, to break that record. The unbeaten record that Spurs has this season. So that's what I'm expecting. So Arsenal fans, if you are here, tell me the prediction that you have for the North London derby. And also, Man United fans, if you're here, give me the prediction that you have. What do you have to say about Haaland? Haaland says that when he came to England, the only fixture that he was looking forward to was the Manchester United derby. Sure, it's going to be a cracker. He's waiting for that, and that will be against who? That will be against probably Harry Maguire, but Harry Maguire is injured. Probably he'll be against Varane and Martinez. So I don't know whether he'll get a chance against Martinez. So
yo
piga kelele hapa kwa comment bana, unasema tutapigwa
Niko na hiyo feeling, I don't know why.
Uko na hiyo feeling? Kuna video fulani nimeona somewhere. Someone trying to predict those games. Amesema sijui Spurs and Arsenal is under draw 1-1. Then akasema you guys will lose 3-1. Alafu akasema Liverpool will win 2-1, I think 2-1. Chelsea will lose 2-1. What do you think about kwanza nipatie prediction yako bana ya Man City against Man United.
Yeah, that game is tough. Let me make my prediction on Saturday, actually tomorrow. I've
Okay.
just had the news that Rashford and Nani are injured, and Martial.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have injuries, man. Even Maguire is injured.
Huyo acha umie.
Eh.
Nangoja
Hata
kesho
maybe
press ya coach.
by the way hata unaweza pata hata you see the way things are going. Unaweza pata hata kina McTominay wakiget injured.
Hapo midfield I think we have enough depth.
Yeah.
Because right now we don't depend on individuals huko sana. But problem ni we don't have enough attackers in the club. Like we don't have now a recognized striker mwenye anaweza cheza game. Na I don't think if at all Rashford na Martial wameumia, which is yet to be confirmed by the coach, I think Bruno ataanza kaa false 9.
Yeah,
Sioni Ronaldo.
Bruno ataanza kama false 9.
Sioni Ronaldo akianza hiyo game.
So that means Elanga will play.
No, not really. See, from 3 itakuwa Bruno, Sancho na Anthony.
Oh, Sancho wako poa. Okay.
Alafu hakuenda international. Alafu midfield ndio tutaanzisha Casemiro, Erikson na McTominay.
Okay. What about you see Erikson has been playing these games, has been playing this international duty. Of course, he's played. So in fact in the 3 games nimemwona akicheza 90 minutes. Don't you think he's tired now?
I don't think so he's tired. Game atakuwa rested for sure ni Ammonia Nicosa, the Europa League.
Yeah.
Of all games, this is the game that we need him to be at his level best. So he has to play. Yeah, we won't. But if at all we'll be leading, let's say by 70th minute, anaweza toka alafu Fred aingie sasa. We pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, we stay compact until the game ends.
Now, what is happening to Marshall? He seems to be getting injured each and every time.
I actually want us to sell him. Hata ndiye aliharibu like flow yote ya preseason. Everything that we had in preseason, ndiye aliharibu.
Kwa sababu alianza vizuri. You guys thought you have someone.
We built like in preseason we had our first 11 already. Yenye we were sure hii ndio inaanza game ya kwanza ya league. Then Marshall was injured. Akaribu kila kitu.
Yeah.
So acha tu tumuuze January and
end up he went to Sevilla, he didn't perform.
Can go to
Is
France.
he really a good player? Is he really a good player?
Very good. On his day can check the whole defense by himself. He doesn't need help. That's one thing I love about him.
Yeah.
He doesn't need anyone to help him. Just apply him the balls, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's final. He'll take up anyone, even Van Dijk. Atamzungusha kweli kweli. That's the good thing about shida ni consistency, attitude na kustay fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's had a disastrous season this season. I don't think hii ndo time yenye nimeona akiwa in and out of the team. In fact, this season sijamwona akiplay Premier League. Has he even gotten a chance in Premier League?
Yeah,
He's
he played in Spain or Premier League.
No, this season here. Yeah.
Yeah, he played for 45 minutes and made an assist.
Okay.
Versus
Against
Liverpool.
who?
Yeah. Liverpool.
Okay.
He has that in him. But sasa shida ni kustay fit na kuwa consistent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Now let's talk about Chelsea. You've been saying that Chelsea are. Why do you think that they're going to lose 3-1?
You're facing
They've
a top side.
They've not lost against Crystal Palace ever since 2018. Of course, the manager that is leading them right now has never won a Premier League match against Crystal Palace.
You see, those stats at times don't apply because United haven't lost a game at home to Brighton in history. until we face them with a new coach.
Exactly.
So that's what's going to happen to you. Like I have a feeling you're going. I don't know why. Okay, you might win, but I have a feeling you're going to lose because your
Yes.
team is yet to gel. Potter didn't have preseason. Then one time when he had like a chance to bring the group together, most of the players went to international break.
Akina
Now
Aubameyang left.
like sasa see that's like to pass that information to the team. You must see how that the player train ndio umeweke kwa team. Si ati unaweza tumia tactical board like that's what majorly atakuwa anatumia kwa hii game. So juu hajapata chance ya kubond nao player kwa players most kwa training ground, ajue venye wako juu wengine wameenda, wengine wakapewa holiday, training ndio imerudi juzi. Yeah, so I think you are going to face a team yenye iko already like iko well built, they know how to play. Alafu nyinyi coach hajakaa na nyinyi sana. So if you get a result, it will be something good to build on. But my instincts zinaniambia you're going to lose. Because your team doesn't have that chemistry yet.
Not yet, yeah. So you see a 3-1 defeat for Chelsea.
Yeah, you're going to lose.
Now, of course, we have.
I have that feeling.
Of course, you've seen how Harvard has been faring on in this international duty. He scored some goals, of course. He scored against
Beautiful.
England 2 goals, two beautiful goals. And then the last match he played against West Ham, he was also the one who scored the winning goal. So I don't know whether he's back. What do you expect from him?
He's showing signs.
Yeah.
Can he be consistent? That's the problem. Because there's a time he scored for, I think, 5 games back to back.
Yeah.
Then he was in the first 11. Then he went for a goal drought of 8 games without doing anything, assisting or scoring.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. Can he keep this form? Can he keep this form that he's in on top? Yeah. So if he can, then he'll be back to the team. He'll be back.
Yeah. So what can you say about the system now? Because we know that Pulisic kwa hii fixture huwa anafunga. He's been scoring goals in this fixture. I think he needs to be given a chance. And that
System.
maybe we have to change the system.
System. Sijajua sana juu I may have only one game. It will take up to 5 or 6 games ndio mjue ndio system yatatumia. Like sahi ana try different, one gani ita work. So if versus Salzburg he tried a 3 at the back, so I think he'll be going for 4. Like sahi ni trial and error juu hakuwa na preseason. That's why I'm telling you this first few games that will be coaching you guys, mkishinda itakuwa bahati. This is the perfect time for any team to face Chelsea. Yeah. So
And you see, it can also be the worst time for any team to face Chelsea because
exactly, amjui venye wanacheza.
And again, you see, it's going to be a chance for players to show their talent. I mean, a new coach gives clean slate for each and every player. So unapata player anajitolea, they play well, they want to be in the team, they want to be incorporated in his team. Apart from Kukurela, who is maybe guaranteed because amekuwa akicheza naye kule Brighton. Some other players, some of the rest of the players, they would want to get into his team, so they would please the manager. Because hata nakumbuka, I remember hiyo game ya Champions League, Broja alipopewa chance kucheza alicheza poa sana. I mean, he fell short of getting a goal. He played very well. So players were motivated. wanaweza kuwa motivated because ukiangalia, even I think this season the only match we played well is the London Derby, ili tulicheza na Spurs.
Yeah.
That's when I saw players turning up, and maybe that is something that can happen now when you have a new manager, because players wanakuwa motivated.
You see what happened in the London Derby? You guys were the best team in 90 minutes. But in football, sometimes you need luck, which you didn't have. Yeah. You need luck to win some games. So if you have that luck, that individual brilliance at some point, itakuwa inawashindia magame. So venye umesema ni correct. This is both the best and the worst time to play Chelsea. But majorly it's the worst. As in, I mean the best. The team hasn't yet gelled. You see, hiring a manager mid-season is very dangerous. And you can put some system, you work na one team, then hudhani, now this is the system that I'll be using going forward. Just like what happened to United when we hired Ralph. He tried 4-2-2-2. It worked on the first game. Then he thought that's the system he'll be using for the rest of the season. And you saw how poor we got as time went by. So that's also the danger, something that Potter has to take a look on. Yeah, so I think in as much as Chelsea fans don't give managers time, I think right now, hamna option. You have to give this guy time to first get his first 11 playing. Yeah. Then integrate his philosophy. Then from there, you can know what to expect.
Yeah, of course, as you said, you should give him time. And you talked about the change of system. See, I remember when Tuchel came in, he changed the system immediately, and it worked. I think it worked. We got success from it. Now the problem is that we didn't know when to change the system. Now we thought that the system inaweza tuletea success going forward. At some point, ilifika system ikawa ni kama ina punish some of the players that we had, because I remember the first game he came in. In fact, alipatia Odoi acheze kama right wing back na aliperform poa sana. Then going forward, he started. It became apparent that some of the players were not comfortable with the system, and some of the players were kept out of the team. So the beneficiaries were those players who are good in that kind of system, like Alonso, James, and some extent CHElSEA, who didn't play, who was not playing the wingback position at Leicester, but was transformed to be a wingback at Chelsea. So the beneficiaries were those players, and then those people who lost, ni mtu kama Ziyech, mtu kama Pulisic. You see, the midfield ikakuwa tunacheza na, we didn't have a CAM, so Kai Havertz sometimes alikuwa na feel ako disadvantage. So sometimes the system works and sometimes it doesn't work. So I think one thing that mimi nashangaa, because hawa ni owners wananishangaza. They brought in players that Tuchel wanted. I mean, some of the players, especially the last day, waleta mtu kama Aubameyang. Sasa huyu anashindwa, Aubameyang alikuwa wa nini, na kama they wanted to fire this guy, to sack him. Because sasa ukiangalia Aubameyang, I don't think he fits in Potter's system. Because you said, I remember there's an article I read that Potter anataka kupatia chance anataka kupatia chance Broja awe first striker.
True.
So what will that happen? What will that do to Aubameyang, who came at Chelsea to get a chance? He left Barcelona because of Lewandowski. He's come to Chelsea, and inaonekana ni kama atakuwa anapata so many chances as he thought.
You see, even at
Unajua he's on
Brighton,
big
when
money.
yeah,
He's on big money. I think bado mshahara yake ni kubwa.
alisign contract ya miaka ngapi?
2 years plus 1.
Boy, but I think he'll get time because he came in injured, so he hasn't yet impressed the fans. But given the chance, he'll score goals. Yeah, and he'll get time. Broja is 20 or 21. Yes, time to he has time to learn. So the future is great for you guys.
It's great if we have we only have to be patient because vile hizo transitions zimekuwa zikihappen ever since we parted ways with Jose, not had stability. Tumekuwa tukibadilisha managers from left, right and center. So I'm wondering why. Why is it that these teams, unaona Man City tangu wapate success, they've been at the top for a very long time. Because wamekuwa top 4 kutoka 2013 mpaka saa hii, they've not lost that touch.
I think Man City they go for the top, for the best.
Yeah.
What Fergie used to do. Like kuna ile tu ile touch ya ku recognize, like we go for a player who we want, like who we need, not who we want. Most of City's signings have been a success. They haven't flopped that much. I guess that's what is keeping them in the top, because they have the right, like they give the manager that freedom to make footballing decisions. Like, that's why I'm telling you, if Pep was to leave City, he's the brain of that club. Akitoka tu hivyo City ita collapse mbaya. In as
But
much
even
as
before
even before they were, but right now Pep has revolutionized everything at the club. Right now is the brain, the center, the everything. So if he was to leave, it will be a hard task to replace him. But regardless, we give them credit because they have been at the top for a very long time now. Since 2011.
Since 2012, I think.
They haven't missed top 4 since they won the Premier League.
Exactly. They haven't missed top 4.
Yeah, so we have to give them
credit. I think for me, ukiniuliza, I'll give credit to Mancini. Mancini ndiye alibadilisha ile team ikaanza compete properly. Competitive. And some of the signings that he made were good signings. Although walikuwa big money signings, the likes of Nasri, Tevez, but they really transformed that team.
Yeah, sure.
You see, there's, apart from, I think, saizi ukiniuliza saizi, in fact after walifuta Tuchel, I really wanted to see Mancini at Chelsea.
True. You saw Mancini, the way he turned things around Italy.
Yeah.
He's a good coach. Even United tried to poach him at some point.
Yeah. Yani msempoa, hata ukiangalia management yake ni poa.
Yeah.
Kama Balotelli.
He gives everyone a chance, because I heard in the Euros, he said in I don't remember the exact year, but he was elected to take part in some Euros, but he never played even a single match, and that thing demotivated him in a way.
Yeah.
So when he became a coach, he promised himself that he'll be giving every player a chance. He was the first manager in the Euros to sub a goalkeeper who's not injured. Yeah, he wanted to use all his squad, because when you are in his squad, you are equal. There's no one who's bigger than the other. Yeah, so I think that's why I rate him high as a coach.
I hope he will come back to the Premier League one time and also coach a Premier League club. Najua bado hajazeeka. I think ako 70, ako 60 something. Ama ako
I think
50.
50s.
Seems to be younger than Jose. Sijui ako na miaka ngapi lakini not sure about. And
57.
then the other one, sorry?
He's 57.
Still very young. I think he can get a chance at Premier League. Because
In the
saizi
next
venye
atakuja City.
kuja City.
In the next 3, Pep will be leaving.
Pep akilive, I think nani anaweza kuja huko? Luis Enrique.
Oh, by the way,
Luis Enrique anaweza kuja huko akilive hapo. Because they got the links. So for me, I really want to see Mancini at one of the big clubs at England. And I'm even hoping ikuwe ni Chelsea.
I said that Spurs.
Spurs. Because of Paratici. Unajua Paratici ni
Italian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what else do you want to say? I've been here for 1 hour 30 minutes.
I've seen Alfie Haaland further to Erling Haaland saying, my son wants to be the best in every league. So don't expect him to stay in one league for more than 3 years.
Baka saizi ndo agent wake ama?
I think so.
Okay.
Alafu venye ameongea hivyo nikakumbuka like Haaland has a release clause that will be active in 2024.
24, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Liverpool, Real Madrid might do the thing.
They will come calling.
Then I saw they are also interested in signing Cancelo.
Real is interested in signing Cancelo.
Yeah.
Okay. But wako na player mzuri pale in the left back yao. Mendy is a good player. He's a good player.
A right back. Cancelo is a right back.
He can also play at the left.
Yeah, but they want a replacement for Carvajal, who has a heart problem and is aging.
Yeah, Carvajal is aging. Yeah, exactly. Apart from Carvajal, wanakuwa nani hapo on the right back? I think kuna
hawajasai mtu anachezanga huko ni nani anaitwa aje? Vasquez. Who's originally a winger and was converted to be right back.
Okay.
So that's
Nacho.
an improvement.
Okay.
Nacho is naturally a center back.
A center back, okay.
Yeah.
So wewe unaona kama Haaland anaweza fikisha 60 goals
in a single season?
Yeah.
Haezi. Maybe akienda huko Spain ataweza.
Yeah.
Ama next
season.
Like you see, why I love the Premier League is because if this season you are on the top, the following season there's a way that those managers will craft, even the players will craft a way of stopping you. And I'm expecting that to happen to Haaland very soon.
But we have seen some exceptions. The likes of Salah. Salah has been an exception.
Salah scored 32 goals, right?
Yeah, still hold the record.
Haaland can break that record, but won't hit 60. Those 60 goals were being scored by Prime Ronaldo and Prime Messi.
It's not easy. What do you expect from of course City Stones atakuwa Akanji?
I don't know how the lineup at the back especially, but I'm expecting them to give us a good game.
Yeah.
But one thing I love about the away match versus City Their fans are not that intimidating for a derby.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I have a draw feeling or a United win. And as much as every odd is against us.
I want you guys to beat those guys. Break the unbeaten record. Just as I want Arsenal to beat Spurs this weekend.
Same. I'm rooting for Arsenal.
Yeah. Because
I
I
want
want,
them to
I want Arsenal to lose. I want Arsenal to win against Spurs so that we break those unbeaten record that these two teams have.
alafu kila kitu kuwe equal.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah,
again,
so
with that Arsenal
hope,
believe with that Arsenal believe the Premier League.
they won't be there for long.
You think so?
Yeah.
I did not expect them to be there. I did not expect them to be where they are at the moment. Of course, I expected them to do well this season, but I didn't expect them to be leading all the way until now.
It's because
Actually surprised me.
It's because City tumbled in some games.
Yeah.
Which is normal for them, but when they catch form, they'll be unstoppable. Something that we are yet to see with Arsenal. So if Arsenal will be losing to top teams, then they are not yet there. So
yeah, they lost against United.
Yeah, they are facing Spurs,
They have
Kisukuta,
Spurs,
then they'll be
Liverpool.
facing Liverpool, then Leeds, then in a few
Yeah,
matches they'll be facing Man City. So if they
exactly.
manage to get points from these fixtures,
Yeah,
then they might actually be they may stand a chance against all the odds
yeah,
because that will motivate them even more.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's about the mentality. I'm not sure whether they can be able to hold the mentality to win the league because it reaches a time when the mentality wins the league. Winning 20 or 19 games in a row. Can they make that? Can they even do that?
Now that was my question to some Arsenal
Yeah,
fans, like on this
yeah,
young group,
yeah,
may sustain the pressure.
yeah,
Like you saw last season when they
yeah.
were almost qualifying for Champions League.
In fact, they needed a draw and they didn't get it against
They
Spurs.
had this crucial game against
Yeah,
Spurs and against Newcastle.
yeah.
They succumbed to pressure. So can they handle actually winning the Premier League? Can they handle that?
That's the biggest question.
Yeah. Hiyo sasa ndio anafaa washughulikia, alafu we see how it goes. But this season was this overachievement, but for now they should be taking game after game.
They should, yeah, exactly.
If they start getting carried away like Manchester United fans.
Eh?
Because for us, before the season began, our
Yeah,
fans were saying, "Oh, we are in a rebuild. We are expecting a top 6 finish. We'll be okay with that as long as we play good football." Then we lost the first 2 games. The fans said, "Oh, we expected this. It doesn't hurt." Then we won 4 games in a bounce. Sahi hatushikiki Twitter.
yeah. Hata there's a certain YouTuber who I follow sometimes anaitwa Rants and Buns. Do you know him?
I've heard about him.
He's still saying that this time you're ready to win the Premier League.
That's the problem with us United fans. We easily get carried away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think if Arsenal were to sustain the pressure,
Yeah.
before World Cup, we will see. Because October has its full packed action of football.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can wait and see.
But the way you will handle the injuries, that will matter a lot because
Exactly.
I think on the other side, Arsenal, they've had a bad history of handling the injuries, especially when parties get injured, and some of the important players, when they get injured, they capitulate easily. So we'll wait and see what will happen. Kama saa hii unajua wanakosa party. Partey is injured.
Yeah, even
How
Zinchenko,
do you handle that?
even Smith Rowe.
Smith Rowe, hata wewe wachana naye. That guy, I don't think he'll ever be fit.
You see where I think the game will be won.
Yeah.
As much as I want Arsenal to win, I have a feeling Spurs might do something
Mm-hmm.
because Arsenal hold a high line, and when Ken will drop, he will drop with some players. Then he'll make those passes in behind for either Son or Richarlison or Kulsevsky.
Exactly, and that's what Son loves. That is the feast.
Exactly.
That is the
Now
feast.
Arsenal have to be keen on that, and they'll also struggle to break down Spurs
Yeah.
because Spurs will come as uh, the less favorites. Yeah, so I'm eager to see that game.
Yeah. It's going to be an early kickoff, right?
2:30.
Yeah, it's going to be an early kickoff. We'll see what will happen. Tunaona vile wamejipanga because Arsenal, man, sometimes wanaweza kusurprise.
But mi sitaki washinde honestly.
Eh?
Like, come to think of it, they are so good.
They're so
That
good. If they won't win
they
against
win,
Spurs, they lose
if they win,
against. Yeah.
if they win, hiyo kitu ita motivate sana because for
Yeah.
Spurs wako shaky. If they manage a fluke result versus Arsenal and they win, they might still lose versus some other team huko mbele, but Arsenal wakiwini, it will take time for them to lose.
Problem ya Spurs. I mean, one of the positive thing that I think they have right now is the manager that they have. Because
Exactly.
wakigrind result na waendelee kucheza hivyo, manager na mentality yenye ako nayo, I think hiyo pia it's going to become a problem. Because now I think last season they won against Man City. They drew against Liverpool, I think.
Yeah.
They drew against Liverpool. Now I think walishinda against Liverpool game moja na wakadraw nyingine.
Walidraw zote.
Walidraw zote.
Yeah.
So ukiona, you see, for them, the best thing is to make sure that they get results against teams that they can beat, and then wakipata na zile 6 pointers wana draw ama wana win. So that also can be a problem. No? When they met Chelsea, they drew in a game that they were supposed to lose. You see, that is important for them getting a point. Probably when they will be meeting Manchester City, they'll beat them because they are used to beating Manchester City, especially at home. Wakikutana na wao kule kwao wanaua Man City. At Liverpool this season, I'm not sure whether they'll beat them.
They'll beat Liverpool.
Because Liverpool are not in a good state. They might also lose to Spurs. So Spurs is also another team to watch.
Spurs bado hawajafika ile level yenye alikuwa anaexpect wafike.
Lakini you see the other thing, which one? The other thing that I'm very sure is that they won't go far in Europe because I know their manager is not so keen on that.
Yeah.
So if really they won't go far in Europe, then they will get a chance to compete in the Premier League. So that will give them a boost, kind of a boost.
And they'll also be facing United in a few weeks time.
Okay.
Na sisi tutawapiga vibaya sana.
Hiyo mnawapiga though. Mnawapigaga sana.
At home tutawafinya kweli kweli.
Last season you got the 6 points from them, right?
Yeah. So hata kama hawatapigwa Saturday, sisi tutawapiga, tutawacha hapo.
Let's wait and see, man. Wow, it's been a pleasure, man. Nimekuwa hapa for those minutes. Let's leave something for tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be doing previews of all those matches.
Yeah, sure.
tuangalia Arsenal versus Spurs, Man United versus Liverpool. No, Man United versus Manchester City, Liverpool versus who?
Brighton.
Liverpool wanacheza na nani?
Brighton.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Then Chelsea, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Spurs sijui wanacheza na nani hata.
Arsenal.
Sorry, yeah, Arsenal. The first game of the weekend. So, guys, thank you so much for being with us. For those who have watched, for those who are here for the first time, na kuna watu wanawatch actually. Drop a comment.
Yes.
Tell us what you think about those matches. And if you're here for the first time and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing so that each and every time we are here, you are the first one to know. And we get to know what you think about football. You get to know about what you think about your team, what you think about other people's team. And you can also go ahead and tell us the team that you support in the comment section below. So thank you so much, Kenan. Go rest. I know yesterday you slept late, so go rest.
Hata sasa ndio nimeingia kwa nyumba some minutes ago. Tukiongea na wewe nilikuwa nakula. Like niki.
Okay. Thank you for sacrifice, man.
Tomorrow it will be a big show.
Yeah, tomorrow you'll be the host, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Peace out.
Okay, thank you.